Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video we are going to be comparing Hostinger and Namecheap to help you decide which of these web hosting providers is best for you and your website. We will be taking a deep dive into the pricing, the features, the customer reviews, the differences, and everything else that you need to know when making a decision. Now, this is a super exciting video because these are two really interesting web providers. Hostinger is seen as the most cost-effective premium option, and Namecheap, as the name suggests, is the cheapest web hosting option out there. So to start out, we will take a look at Namecheap, and as we jump into the pricing, if you do want to get the best deals and discounts for both Namecheap and Hostinger, you can do so using my partner links in the description. With Hostinger, this is up to 75% off all of your plans, as we can see right here. And with Namecheap, this is up to 56% off. Jumping into the pricing on Namecheap, the first thing that we can do is we can change the billing cycle. So if we want to pay this monthly, we can see that this is going to jump up pretty significantly. So we have prices ranging from $5 per month to $10 per month on this stellar business. If we go to yearly, we can see this is going to drop down and we get this discount for the first year. So in total, what we would pay today for this stellar plan right here is $22.88. And then every year after that is going to renew at $50. With this stellar plus, today we pay $35 and then it's going to renew at $75 every year after this. If we go for 2 years, we get an even more significant discount. But keep in mind, and this is very important, if we choose the billing cycle to be 2 years, yes, we do get a cheaper price to pay right now, but it's going to renew for 2 years every single time it renews. So as we can see in the Stellar plan, this is going to renew at $100 every 2 years. Now, taking a look at the features, the first thing that we can get is supposedly a domain name. Now, we can technically get a domain name, but with each of these plans, this is actually kind of misleading, because if we look at the domain names that we can claim, it's these right here. Nobody is going to be wanting a domain name with any of these free domain names that they give. .live, .shop, .cloud, .fun is absolutely crazy. We are going to be wanting a .com domain. With these higher plans, we do get a 60% discount, as we can see right here. So we do get a discounted domain. And just to show you how much a domain is going to cost, it's usually going to be around $12 per year with Namecheap. So if I just type in a random domain, it literally makes no difference. As we can see, this domain.com is going to be around $12, but of course we save 60% on that. So it's going to be around $6.50 for this domain. With the Stellar plan, we can create up to 3 websites. We get 20 gigabytes of SSD storage. Now, this is a problem that I would have with Namecheap, is the fact that with none of these plans, we just can't get access to NVMe storage. SSD is the slower version, NVMe is faster, and this is going to impact your website loading speed. With NVMe, because it's faster, it's going to load images and videos quicker, so that is something to keep in mind. With all of these plans, we do also have access to professional emails, because this is something that Namecheap also offer. With this Stellar plan, we can get up to 30 mailboxes, and with these other 2 plans, we can get unlimited. What this doesn't mean is that you will get your mailboxes for free. These are additional add-ons that we will have to purchase right here, but it essentially means we can add them to the plan, we can add them to the hosting, we can add them to the domain. With the Stellar plan, it doesn't have auto backups, but we can back up the website with Stellar. These other 2 options have auto backups, but I wouldn't say that these are the best. If we take a look at the backups, we can back this up twice a week manually. And with these 2 plans, they do get auto backed up. But once again, it's only twice a week. So that is Namecheap right there. Those are the features and the pricing. And we will get into my speed test comparing these 2 a little bit later. But for now, those are the features, and Namecheap is very, very cheap for hosting. Now, if we move over to Hostinger right here, you're probably surprised, and this price jump probably isn't as big as you were expecting. As we can see right here, this Stellar Plus plan is $2.99 per month on Namecheap right here if we bill yearly, whereas on Hostinger, we can go for premium for $2.99 right here, but this is a 48-month term. So this is something to keep in mind as well, that the way that these are priced and the discount that you get for signing up long term are priced very differently between these 2 tools. Hostinger essentially wants you to sign up for longer to claim these big discounts. But what we can do, for example, is I'll show you how this works. We can go in to choose the plan right here, and we can choose the billing period. So if we go for the 1 month, we can see this is quite expensive. This is quite drastically expensive, actually, at $12 per month plus a $5 setup fee, and we don't get a free domain. So with this, I would just recommend avoiding the monthly. Anything 12 months or higher is better. But essentially the way this works is, as you can see, if we go for 12 months, we lock in this $3.19 per month pricing and we pay this upfront right here. So we pay for the hosting for the year for $40. And then once we have had the hosting for 1 year, then it's going to renew at $10.99 per month. So when this renews, we are going to be paying around $120 per year for hosting up, and on Namecheap with this middle plan right here, we're going to be paying $75 per year. So as you can see, there is quite a big price difference between these. But with hosting with these bigger plans, you can save quite drastically. So in here, if we go for 48 months, we lock in this cheaper pricing for a full 4 years instead of just 1 year, because once again, we pay this upfront. Once again, after these 4 years have expired, it's going to be $10.99 per month. But if we actually take a look at this over a 4-year period, we can actually get hosting for cheaper than Namecheap. The reason for this is because with this 48-month plan, if we are going long term, we can pay for this full 4 years right now for just $115. Whereas with Namecheap, the maximum we can sign up to is 2 years right here. And if we go for this Stellar Plus plan, we can see the first 2 years we can lock in for $55, but then the second 2 years is going to be $130. So in this context, hosting is actually cheaper. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but why were you comparing the premium plan to the middle plan right here on Namecheap? Isn't that a little bit unfair? And the answer is absolutely not, because the cheaper plan on Hostinger is better than this middle plan on Namecheap. Just to go in and show you the features, first of all is on all of these plans, when it says we get a free domain, we actually get a free domain, .com, .co, any type of domain that you want. It's not limited. They don't say you can get a 60% discount on a .com domain. You actually get the .com domain and you can claim this for free. With the storage, this is actually really interesting in terms of the way that Namecheap do this, and I don't know why this is. So with Namecheap, you can see that with the lowest plan, we get 20 gigabytes of storage, right? With the higher plan, we get 50 gigabytes of storage. With this middle plan right here, we get unlimited. Like, genuinely, this is the way that it's priced. Now, the crazy thing about this is, if we go down to the features right here, Stellar Plus is actually better than the Business. If I was to buy one of these, even if they were the same price, I would buy Stellar Plus because of this unmetered SSD. Aside from that, there's really not much of a difference between these. Like, I can scroll down and essentially everything is the same, apart from the fact that you can't get personal name servers. But down here, we get the same number of email accounts and inboxes. We get all of the features right here, same as the database features. The server features are all the same, apart from these two things at the bottom. But these are not super important. So it's really interesting that Namecheap is priced like this. But on the premium plan, we get 25 gigabytes of SSD storage. We get the free domain. We get unlimited free SSL. We get weekly automated backups with this, and this is the lowest plan on Hostinger. Now, with Hostinger, I would recommend the business plan right here. I wouldn't recommend going with Cloud Startup at all. I think the price difference is a little bit overkill. But for an extra $1 per month right here, I would definitely go for business. The reason for this is because we jump from SSD storage to NVMe storage. We also get free CDN, which makes your website load up to 40% faster. And we also get automated daily backups instead of weekly backups. On top of this, and this is why, in my opinion, all of the Hostinger plans are better than the Namecheap plans, is down here for WordPress. If you are using WordPress, Hostinger is awesome for this because it's fully optimized for WordPress. Just look at all of these different features that we get right here specifically for WordPress. One-click installation, free pre-built templates, WordPress acceleration, and a bunch more features right here specifically for WordPress. Now, I did also test a bunch of basic websites to see the loading speed on the middle plan of both of these hosting providers. So this is the business plan on Hostinger and the Stellar Plus plan on Namecheap. The results that I got is in terms of the average load speed, Hostinger came in at 863 milliseconds, whereas Namecheap came in at 1.3 seconds. The response time on Namecheap was also quite a lot faster as well, at 84 milliseconds compared to Namecheap's 145 milliseconds. The final thing that we will look at is the Trustpilot reviews for both of these hosting providers, because both of these are absolutely fantastic hosting providers. Yes, with Namecheap, it doesn't have as many features, and Hostinger does have much better value for money, but in terms of the uptime, in terms of the speed, these are both absolutely awesome. So what we can do is we can go in here and we can search for Namecheap. And as we can see, 4.3 stars after 18,000 reviews. This is a fantastic rating for a hosting provider. Hostinger is quite a lot better though. If we pull up Hostinger right here, we can see first of all, this is a much bigger company, 46,000 reviews rather than 18,000 reviews, and a 4.7 star rating rather than 4.3 stars. So overall, Hostinger is the clear winner here. Although Hostinger is technically more expensive, if you play this smartly, if you sign up for a long-term plan, then it can actually work out cheaper than Namecheap. Hostinger comes with more features. It also has faster loading times, so Hostinger is hands down the winner in my opinion. Once again, if you do want to claim the best deals and discounts for either Hostinger or Namecheap, you can do so using my partner link down in the description. So that is my comparison of Namecheap versus Hostinger. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.